Hello, hello, and welcome tonight. Welcome tonight. Welcome to In the Beginning Incubator and Fund. We are talking about, I am Evelyn Johnson, CEO. That's my name right there. That's me. I'm her. The nonprofit development webinar. So this week we will be covering just the basics of a nonprofit. So if you have any questions, get ready to post them and ask questions. We are ready to get started. Again, I am Evelyn Johnson with In the Beginning Incubator and Fund, and I am here to provide some information on how you can start that nonprofit. Last week, we just briefly covered, because our webinars are just to give you just enough information for you to give us a call. And we thank everyone who gave us a call. So this week, we're going to discuss a little bit more in depth about nonprofits and how to start your own nonprofit and how to get things going, and some just general areas of what that goes into. Try to keep it to an hour. So we'll get started in a couple of seconds. Again, I'm Evelyn Johnson, In the Beginning Incubator and Fund, located in Richmond, Virginia. So we're here at the 919 East Main Street on 10th floor, Suite 1000. So if you need us, don't hesitate to call us. All of our information is, let me get my stuff together, is here. Here's my email address is info@inthebeginningco.com. And we are the In the Beginning Incubator. Again, just wanted you to know that. If you need to contact us, our telephone number is 804-468-8141. And tonight, like I said, we're going to be discussing the nonprofit webinar. It's going to be a really cool webinar. And we're gonna really get into just a general information about how this process needs to start and move things along for you and your business. So let me see. I'm going to take these banners off of here and get this one off the bottom here. And we will get started. So again, I am CEO Evelyn Johnson, founder of In the Beginning Incubator and Fund. Long day. Long, wonderful day. We are in the midst, in the very beginning, in the very startup, second day, day 2 of the General Assembly and putting in bills and passing bill and getting bills in and trying. And the process is what you do is develop a bill for your particular potentially a legislature that you would like to present your bill. So say you see a problem in the community, which we've seen a couple, and so we needed to go to a committee for our bill. So our department, our area that we kind of stay in is the Labor and Commerce Committee, because most of our issues are with labor, and how to get to work in business. So those are areas that we've been working on today. And I'm just kind of giving you a recap of my day. And so we had to create a bill, develop a bill. And then the next thing is we had to reach out to some potential individuals on the actual committee that we can maybe have a connection with, to have a conversation with, and see if we can get a meeting with them so that they would present our bill to the committee and see if they could fight for the bill with us. And if we need to go in and lobby, when they tell us to come in and lobby, that's what we'll do. So that's what we've been doing today, creating some bills. So Christian is still at the office, our chief strategy officer. He finally got the opportunity to get to work. We have a client in Istanbul right now, Turkey, getting ready to do. If you all know, David, our old board of director, his suits, Suited to You line. He's found a distributor and he's found a designer to make his suits. So he's in Istanbul. So Christian was on those calls from Istanbul today, and the time difference. So it was like 1:00 at night there, and it was like 4:00 in the afternoon here, and we're trying to get everything done. So a lot of moving parts today. AFP, our partner, we shouting them out today. They're lobbyist group that lobbies and kind of walking with us through this process. Langston University, just hitting everybody tonight to just say, hey, for them, they will be, and just look out for it. And if you haven't seen our emails, our information about this going out, it's been going out for the last week or so of our expo, business expo that we're going to be having in May. We are doing our own. May is Small Business Month, so we're having our own. And what we're doing is going to introduce the world, open up our toolbox, and let you know what we do and how we do it. And it's very specific to how we do what we do, because we have very unique partners. And when you're starting a nonprofit and or any business, it is important for you to incorporate these partners into the process and to not go to the traditional partners, because you want a different type of program. You want something different. So if you do everything the same way and you don't actually have a plan and a thought out process for the change that you want to see and how you want to see that change implemented, because yes, there's a lot of incubators in the city of Richmond. There are in Virginia, in Chesterfield County, and all over where we are. However, there's not one that do the things that we do and offer the services that we offer and provide the quality of services that we offer. None. There's none. It's because I was meticulous in when we wrote our business plan out and we developed this process that we're going to handhold. And because we do so much handholding, we don't have time to do a whole lot of marketing and all of that and advertisement. So you don't see a lot about us, but we have a lot of businesses under our belt, about 60 right now. 60-ish, a little bit more, and expanding and growing. But with that being said, the Expo is going to highlight our partnerships. And that's a big, big, big piece of our puzzle. Our partners. Langston University is one of our partners, and they're partners up with us with the grant process. And what they do is the concept, the idea, the thought process that I came up with to create ITB in the beginning. I marketed to them and asked them, could they consider doing all of the research to prove what works and what doesn't work. So we have our webinars. This is a process. We have to document when we have people from our participation on our webinars so that they can see what works and what doesn't work and things of that nature. And we have clients that about 26 clients that are in a Langston grant that work with our program, so that, and they're provided services and everything, and they're the measure of if we're doing a good quality product and getting a business started. So that is one piece of our partnerships that we have in the community. Another piece is with AFP, and they are a lobbying group, and it's interesting because that's a very different dynamic. Most people would never think that we would have a political party involved in this process, but it had to be the right political party involved with us. They probably, for most people, lean a lot towards the Republican side, but they are our team that we work with. They are very, very, very more libertarian. And so when we all see something wrong, we say something wrong, we scream something wrong, and we try to address it, and we do it collectively together. And so we've learned the power of a collective voice working with AFP. And so we're very clear. We probably lean a little bit more Democrat than Republican or Libertarian. And we made it very clear with them, when things really don't align with our actual beliefs as a company and as individuals, we won't participate in that. But when we do align, we're going to participate. And we've been participating. This weekend, we did a nice little campaign to get some information together, to get a drive together to make sure that we get issue addressed. And we did a little email campaign, and it came up. And the issue came to the committee, and they voted for it, and now we're getting ready to fight for it. So it is that process. The other piece is working with other unique type of businesses that we work with. We work with a lot of very unique businesses and different businesses that do things to complement what ITB does, not play against us, but complement. We work with other incubator type businesses and accelerator type of businesses, but we always take it to the next level. We're pretty anal like that, because we recognize that people, just because you stop at a certain point, people need their next piece of the puzzle. And a lot of times the hand-holding component, which is based on us being a true family business, means that we go above and beyond. You didn't have to take the special Chick-fil-A course to get the customer service that you get with ITB. It comes because my kids work with me. Our board of directors, we're like family. We've been volunteering with each other for years. I've volunteered for their organizations. Now they're volunteering and working with me and doing things. So we have a relationship and an expectation that they put on me and put on us that we walk through. And so this wonderful webinar for nonprofits tonight kind of just gives you that. So in May, make sure you get signed up for the Expo, the ITB Business Expo. It's going to be really interesting, and it's going to highlight the types of businesses that we really work with. And our businesses, we work with the people that folks don't necessarily want to work with consistently, because it could be a challenge and it's nothing that you can just click a button and go on. You know, we work with individuals that are disabled, like myself. We work with the Latin and Hispanic community. We work with returning citizens. We work with individuals with low income, and we work with Black women, of course. I think that's all. I think that's all of them. and the rural communities. We work in the rural communities. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks, we will be opening up 2 offices. We're trying to get this third one together, but we're finalizing the second one, the 2, and it's in West Virginia, in the very, very, very country rural area parts of West Virginia, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So we'll be opening up our new facility, our new offices there, offering the same level of service to those communities, and providing additional supportive services. And we're creative because we sit and we listen and we talk, and people give us a lot of information, and we kick back a lot of information. For instance, this week, and we need one more person to come in with this deal. We have an individual that has that's getting ready to do mobile automotive business. And my husband was so excited about that because he was like, I need all of this from this client. And he's opening up his automotive repair and painting and all of that. And he will also and he has a 4-bay facility that he has. So he came to Christian and I today, and he was discussing his challenges. And he said, well, I'm going to use the 2 bays, but I need to rent out the other 2s. We had somebody immediately. I want to be on it. They're meeting on Thursday. We're going to make sure that it's all connected. Then he wanted to have the conversation about some funding. Immediately, Christian, when we finished the call, he had the opportunity to call a bank. I want this, and not only call the bank, but we're going to have a bank loan officer there for him Thursday with this other potential partner that will partner up with him. And this is all Richmond. This is Henrico County on 9 Mile Road. We're getting ready to open. He's getting ready to open up this car facility and repair and painting and detailing and all of that. And so we're working with him through this process of his business. He's a newlywed, and he's relocated from another state to Richmond, and he hasn't been utilizing us enough. But now that we got him, and we got him, literally we have him. Everyone in our team, every piece that we do and provide for them, we are getting it ready. So we're getting ready. So our businesses are growing with ITB, to say the least. So the agenda for tonight is just to basically understanding the nonprofit basics, building a strong foundation, legal and financial essentials, building your team, fundraising strategies, marketing and outreach, and measuring impact and success. So as I said, we're going to only be in this for about an hour, and we're going to just briefly, this is not anything that was going to be really heavy. If you want to know more, we have classes. So make sure you go on our website and check out some things and get more. So here we go. What is a nonprofit? Just understanding the basic definition. And because I'm not going to speak to anything that's not fact, I'm just going to read what it says. The definition is a nonprofit organization exists to serve public or community need without distributing profits to private individuals. Meaning most of the services from a nonprofit, individuals that get those services don't have to pay for them. That's the biggest thing. They're not something that they have to pay for. They are not a fee, a lot of times fee to them. So you don't have to worry about paying for certain services. Types of nonprofits, there's 2. It's literally, I think, about 17, but we're only going to talk about 2 here. 501c3, a charitable, religious, or educational or scientific organization, or 501c4, some type of social welfare organization. And then there's a lot of other things in a minute, like membership clubs and things like that. They could be a 501c, a 501 9 could be like a zoo or something. So what else? Museums and all of those kind of places, they fall up under them. And that's why there's a lot of 501c, a lot of 501s. It's not, everything is not a 501c3. It's not even, it's other alphabets and it's other numbers. Let me just put it that way. The key differences from a nonprofit to a profit is purpose driven rather than profit driven. We get calls all the time about, I want a grant. I want a grant. Understand, there's requirements with the grant. There are no free grant monies except those that you see when you do those how when they give you a grant to buy your house and you never have to pay that back. That's one thing. But when you start getting into grants that pertain to business, there is something that you have to provide that is distributed without costing someone else any cost. And if your program and if you're for-profit business and you offer none of that in that space, then this is not, you're not a nonprofit. You're a for-profit business. And there's nothing wrong with them. You also become and have the space to operate in that tax exempt status, which means you can use that tax exempt status to purchase things and you get a discount for them because you're tax exempt. And you can, again, and when you file your taxes, you still file taxes just like everybody else. However, it's taxed differently. And so that's pretty much the different, and it is taxed a lot differently. Revenue for a nonprofit is reinvested into the organization's mission. Now, let's be real clear. When I say that is the revenue is reinvested, say you get a grant. More than likely, your initial grant is to pay for salaries and everything that you need to do your program. And every time you get your grant funded, it goes back to continuing that purpose, the organization's mission. And that's kind of what's reinvested into the process. That's if you're using grants, but you can't make any great profit off of this. That's why you're a nonprofit. Your business isn't in the business to be profitable. It's in the business to be a service for others. Building a strong foundation. The first thing you need to do in this process when you start to develop it takes if you're doing it by yourself, it takes some time. It takes 6 months to a year to really get yourself organized and in place to figure out what I need to be doing. And that's for any business, especially if you're doing it by yourself. If you're not doing it by yourself and you're doing it, with others, okay, so have a program before you find grants. Yes, I'm looking at the notes now. Yes, that is true. That is true. You do need to have your program before you have grants. You need, because you have to have, what are you going to get a grant for if you don't even know what your program is going to be and what you're going to be doing in that program? Your whole who, what, when, where, and why is in your program. And in order to apply for a grant, you have to answer who, what, when, where, and why. If you don't have it written out someplace and you can't make it up while you're going along trying to write a grant, it doesn't work that way. And most grant readers can tell that. So let's go back and thank you for the question. And thank you for everyone that's joining. The mission, the vision, and the strategic goals. This content, the mission, is exactly what it says. What does your organization do? Who do you serve? That's what I was saying, the who, what, when, and why. That doesn't go into your mission, but that's when you start to create what you would actually write in a grant application, because they're going to want to know what your mission is and what do you do and who do you serve, who's your target demographic, and getting specific. They're going to want to know specific ages and all of those type of things. Who do you serve and why does it matter to you? Now that in your mission is going to be something that you may not see too often on a grant application, but you will still have to explain it. But it won't be that specific as to just to say, well, why does this matter to you? As you're writing a grant application, is going to explain your why. Your vision statement is very different from your mission statement. What is the ultimate impact you want to achieve? It's very different about your why. It says, what is it that you want? I want to achieve global feeding the whole world. I don't want anybody to be, starving or not unfed. So I may do a food pantry and try to help, and connect with other organizations that feed across the world. That might be what the impact you want to achieve. Your mission statement goes to why and or maybe how you got to that point. I was, a person that suffered from food, low food and things of that nature. And so I understand what it is to go without food. So I want to change that. And that's what your mission statement does. And then your ultimate impact is what you achieve in that process. And I want to get as many people fed as possible. Your strategic goals, that again, we're in that grant question, starts to get into your specifics, specific and measurable and achievable. It starts to go into words that really are concrete, can't mess around with. This is relevant information. This is time bound. From this point to this point, we're going to be doing this work. And from, it starts to go into the specifics, which are specifics that you have to build, to even and start to write and create, to even build, to even have your program built out, to discuss your program. And so then the next example, let's see, your other mission is to provide shelter and resources to homeless individuals. And your vision is a community where everyone has a place to call home. I think that says call home. I can't see my little pictures on here, so I can't see it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me see if I can see it. Okay. A vision is a community where everyone has a place to call home. That's okay. Yeah, that's the thought process. The vision is what you eventually want to achieve and see. And the mission is you're pretty much to provide a shelter and resources to homeless individuals. Sometimes it is a lived experience and that's driving that passion. Sometimes it's not, but a lot of times you probably have something that is very relatable. And in your mission, it should be realistic and heartfelt. So when someone, and the reason why it needs to be that is because it needs to be a place. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Keisha Key. We do mentorships and we do coaching. We do a lot of different supportive services to go along with we have some clients on here now. Y'all write and tell them what because we had one of our clients call us today. Where's my mentor? I need to get to my mentor, because our mentors, and I'll just let you know, our mentors do more pushing and coaching you to get to things. They don't do business specific information for you, but they do kind of try to, their goal is to kind of help you stay on target and stay on track with doing anything. But the coaching, which is different and is part of a package that we offer, the coaching you would get with our specifics. It would depend on if you need marketing or you want operations, back end stuff, or if you want leadership and organizational development working with us. So you will work with one of our different team members, and you get that every month. It is a fee, but we do have a plan, 3 or 4 different plans that you can have and choose from, and to decide what you need to have for your services, if that's what you need. But everything, the package that we offer the most is you get coaching and you get mentoring, because we found you need both. And with that one, you also get the opportunity, if it happens, to have okay, and I will be getting it all. I hear you, music. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you get in touch with us. Contact us. You got our numbers. You got all our information. Everything is here. So make sure you reach out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get over here. So I don't want to go over time, because I don't like to leave these too long. I don't like this to be too long, because I know it's on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere. And I like to kind of this is brief. This is very brief. Literally, we have a Entrepreneur Academy as well that has been no cost to our participants for the last 12 weeks. And at the end of that 12 weeks, if they so choose, they get the opportunity to participate in a pitch, and they win $1,000 for participating. So right now, literally, the marketing class is going on our other Zoom and we have college university teachers. I'm one of the teachers as well, but we have a whole bunch of college university teachers teaching all of our classes, and they're all business classes, and they get way into all of these pieces. So we'll be offering it again for free in September. So make sure, if you don't have that, to make sure you get that, and it's a certification from Langston University when you're finished. So make sure you sign up if you need that. And the other piece that I wanted to tell you, Ms. Key, is that we also offer for free referrals, because we have found this is a thing. And I don't want you, please don't be offended by it, but we have called clients and they're so overwhelmed by life that they can't even figure out what to do in this process of getting their business built and things of that nature. And they're so overwhelmed, and we hear it. And they sometimes they literally start crying. And so we're like, no, stop everything. And we will refer you to, and we have some great team of individuals that can support you mentally as well, which we know that's a big thing. And everyone knows that this is a family business. And for us to function the way we function as a family, we had to do some counseling, just period and point blank, because I need to be CEO when I'm at the office, but I need to be mom when I'm home. And I need to be wife when I'm home. But this is a family business and everybody is hands in, all hands on deck. So we needed to figure out how to function and get all that done. So I'm just throwing it out there. So that is also another piece of the puzzle that you also receive. Legal and financial essentials. So I'm getting back to this for real this time. Establishing your nonprofit, the legal steps. Incorporation steps, choose your name and get it registered. That's normally done at the State Corporation Commission. Is it too late to sign up for the pitcher contest? Yes, it is. I think we're in the third cohort. So each set of classes, it was 3 classes for a 4-week span. So we're in the third set of classes. So I think we're at class number 12 and at this point. And so if you didn't participate at the very beginning, you still have, but if you contact Sharnay, Mr. Watson, if you contact Sharnay, I don't know, because that is, you had to be registered with Langston to even get in the space. You are part of that whole process, but I don't know if we could get you on where you can watch all of the classes, because Christian has all the classes loaded up on everyone's and it is just like it's Blackboard, just like regular university, that we have that and everybody has that. So I don't know, but I don't believe if you didn't participate, because our classes are very interactive. So I'm not sure. I can't answer that 110%, but I believe you are not able to do it, because you had to do pretty much all the classes. So the thing I wanted to say about choose your name and register it. Everyone that didn't do that BOI, because they were under the assumption that on January 13th, it was all this information about give me 1 second, Miss Key. I'm gonna put it up here for you. Let's go back to here. And here's our email address. I'm showing that for you, so you can have that. That's the email address. Shoot us an email. You can get on there or go to the website, and you can and set up a consultation. You can book your consultation on the website if you'd like to, and get all of that done. It's no cost, and you have access to all 3 of us, and we'll just discuss your business and how you want to work it. Okay, so that's that information. So and that's our local telephone number in Richmond. So I'm gonna go back to. You're welcome. And I am Evelyn. You can call Evelyn, Sharnay, or Christian. We're always in the office. Christian literally is in the office right now. He's studying for his law exam. So he's at the office right now. If you call this number right now and say, Christian, I need to set up a time, he'll answer the phone. He'll probably set it up for you right then and there. That's just the way we are. It's family business. We work when we're working. But choose your name and register it. If you had your business registered during the month, anytime during 2024, you needed to make sure that you had that BOI information filled out and turned in by January 13th, which was last Monday. You still can get it in, but I don't know if there's going to be any fees attached to it. It was some misconception that if you didn't do it by the 13th, that they were in this lawsuit and all that stuff, and all those things were going on, and it may not be necessary to get in by 13th. But they didn't extend that deadline, and they're literally requiring it to be adhered to. So if you didn't get your BOI, I know ITB sent out to all of our clients where to register and all the information. If you still need to do that, don't hesitate to give us a call tomorrow, and we'll get you to the link that you need to do to at least register. And it's a very simple process. Just want to take time. That's with your state corporation commission. And the reason why I'm still emphasizing that point is because state corporation commissions will report that information to the to the U.S. Treasury, and they will come after you with the penalties and the fees because you didn't register and get your information out there on time. The next thing is you do have to file articles of incorporation. 9 times out of 10, when you're doing A, you're simultaneously doing B. At the, you're sending that information in pretty much the same time. Both things are going on at the same time. The next thing is you need to create bylaws and hold an organizational meeting. That is the beginning, because all nonprofits have to have a board of some type of board, or organizational board, a president, a secretary, a treasurer, and and vice president. You have to have all 4 of them if you're going to have a nonprofit. And that type of organization, which is probably a LLC, you have to a limited liability corporation. You have to have a board with those types of organizations. Even if it's for profit, you still have to have a board for LLCs. So that is the key pieces that you have to have in place. And bylaws, you create your bylaws with your board giving you feedback. So let me tell you what that looks like. It looks like, okay, we're okay. Let's get this board together. What are we doing at the board meeting? Okay, so how do we have a board meeting? Well, first thing, you could probably look up something called Robert's Rules, and they walk you through what do you do with a board and how you organize your board and how you set it up. And you pretty much follow that. You set up a specific time, you set up a specific date, and you set up a specific agenda, and you talk about everything on that date and that time and that agenda. And you start taking notes about your business. Okay, well, we're a nonprofit and we want to help. Let's do the feed individuals. So the first thing, we need to have a discussion about who the individuals we're going to be feeding and what are we going to be feeding them, and all of the specifics of everything what you're going to be doing. That's the information that starts to go into your bylaws. Very generic information at the beginning, because you hone it in as you go. You bring, you don't see it until you actually do it. And then you say, oh, well, I need to add this into it. So all of that is fine. And that's a good space to start with. And that's what they mean by hold organizational meetings and then start to formulate your bylaws. Then the next thing is for you to start your tax exempt status. You're not automatically tax exempt just because you say, okay, I'm just going to be a nonprofit and I want to do it. You actually have to file the paperwork for that. And I think it's about $250 to $300 for your application to be sent in. And what in your application they're going to ask you is pretty much a lot of the stuff that I was saying, your who, what, when, where, in your mission and all of that, and your vision. They're going to be asking you all of that stuff because they need to understand who you are as a business and what it is that you want to do and what you anticipate doing, how you're going to be making your money. So if you're going to be making your money strictly by grants and or donations and things of that nature, you're going to have to say that, and you're going to have to put it there. And you do all of that on your IRS Form 1023. And yes, ITB does that. It is a fee, but we do that and we file all your information. We also create your bylaws and your articles of incorporation to go with all of that. We don't know, and then you have to, just so you know, as you develop and put people on your board, you have to be able to file all those people's names and information, and it will be registered. So it will be registered with the federal government that these individuals' addresses, telephone numbers, and information is on file, that they actually are board members with your organization. It's not just, well, I just made him a board member and this, that, and the other, and that's fine. Nope. It has to be by law. It has to be someplace registered, and that's where you register that information. And then maintain compliance with your annual filings, Form 990. That is exactly, that's the same thing all businesses have to do. It's just specific to that 990 form for nonprofits. Financial management, very, very good. open a dedicated bank account. My daughter Charnay and I went to do some deposits today with our own personal bank account. And I realized I don't have a business account with my own personal bank account. Maybe we should do something. So when I want to transfer money, when something happens and I want to move money quickly and, just keep it simple, I might want to have an account attached to my personal bank account so that transfers can go. And if I want to use the card at one place and, do it, because I use my ATM card for my personal account all the time. So, what's the big deal with that? So, but that would be, and Charnay said that would be account number 5. And I was like, yeah. And I said, because when they say open up a dedicated bank account, I kind of develop and put money in specific accounts, because with business, especially with your own personal life, if things are not blocked out for me, I don't get it right. So when we first started, we paid payroll. And the problem with payroll is you pay payroll and all that money goes out your account. And all of a sudden at the end, and probably 2-3 days later, after payroll has been cleared and everything, and everybody's been paid, you still see this big lump sum of the money. And you're like, wow, oh, maybe I miscalculated. No, the federal government only goes and does that sweep through your account at a certain time. And you think that money's still sitting there. So a smart idea is to put your payroll in another bank account. Just create a whole nother bank account and put your payroll money over there so that it's never commingled or you spend extra in your operations account thinking you have money over here and you don't. So that's just an idea. So open a dedicated bank account. I prefer and recommend using a small bank for a startup business, a small local bank that you develop the relationship. You can grow and you can open up bigger bank, and you can open up bank accounts as you grow. But I like to stay small and local because and let them develop with me, and that they know what I'm doing and how I'm doing. And they can grow with me and advise me differently. And they call, like the banks that we started with at the beginning, First Community and Fulton, they will call us. Somebody's looking in this account, and the Facebook is trying to do an ad. Are y'all running ads over there? Yes, we are. Can you please allow that to go through? We have those conversations, but we also have that safety. And I love it because they will not allow anything to go through our accounts that, they don't call and say, well, is this what y'all doing over here? Yep, that's what we're doing. So it's okay. Or no, block that. Block that. That's wonderful about a small bank. Develop a budget and track expenses. That is key. We're getting ready to do the expo, and Charnay, who's our operations person, reminded me tonight when you didn't do the budget for this didn't finish the budget for the expo, and you need to finish the budget before you can start talking to sponsors. And we got a couple of sponsors that are here at the table to talk to us. And she was like, we can't talk about nothing till I know the actual budget and the numbers, and then we can say what, and things of that nature. So it's important. And so it gives you a point of reference to track your expenses. If she says you only can spend this amount, I'm not going out and signing off on anything else and doing too much else. But if I know what we're doing and she's comfortable with it and we can do it and we're tracking, somebody's watching. That's why you need that team. That's why you need that board. You need individuals. I don't care what type of business you have, for profit or not profit. You need a team. And I learned that the hardest because I had another business, All About Your Business, that did only business and grant writing, business plan writing and grant writing. And then I got sick with my MS. And I realized I still wanted to do my work, but I needed so much more help. But bringing in Charnay and Christian to the table, it also opened so many doors and expanded the organization to such a level that God is blessing us in a way that I couldn't even believe. But I needed support, and it took MS to say, okay, you need help for your growth. And so we're growing and we got help. So stay compliant with state and federal laws. That's a big piece. Learn your laws specific to your industry and what you're doing, because you need to make sure you stay compliant in that space. Again, now we're going to talk about it. Building your team, recruiting and retaining talent. Your board of directors normally at the first beginning of your organization, probably until your first 5 years, will probably be fine being volunteers. And if you can get them to stay on with you for 5 years, you're doing a good job, and they see the growth and they see the reason why they should stay. Select members with diverse skills and expertise, especially in areas that you don't know. If I have an HR person on our board because I don't know HR. I do know how to write a business plan, but I don't know how to do HR. That's not my thing. Just taught it, but I don't do it. Sharnay does our HR. She wrote the contracts for us to sign to work for ITB. She did all of that. I don't do that. But she does what she does. Christian does what he does, and I do what and we don't overlap. We don't do what each other. We don't do any of that. And it's important when you start to select and bring people in that you, as the leader, go through the process of understanding what they do, value their skills and expertise, and then intertwine them in the process, because they need to have successes in this space just like you do. And if you do it well, they will. They will. Define those roles and responsibilities clearly. That's important, because people need to know exactly what you need them to do, and they need to be able to be in a position to do it. And they need to know what you expect. Don't assume that anybody thinks, well, it's a startup, so I know what, Nope, they don't know that, and don't assume that. Volunteers and staff. Two different type of people. Our volunteers, all of our board is volunteers, but some of our volunteers on our board, you would not know they not staff, because they be in there. They be in the office. They're required. One of our board members got upset because he was used to coming to work every day in our office. And then we changed some things in the office and moved, and his office was down the hall, not gone, but just down the hall. And he was up. I don't want to do this no more, because I like to be right there near you all, talking, laughing, listening to music, and doing da-da-da-da. But because of the configuration of the new office, we had to change some things, and hurt his feelings to the bone. But he got over it. But understand, people recruit individuals that are passionate about your mission. They are passionate about everything. They're not just passionate about the organization. They're passionate about you. They're passionate about the whole package. And understand and value that. Offer incentives like training and recognition. I am so proud this year. We are working with another agency. I'll try to get her on here. I met her at the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce, and we've been, in the last 2 years, we've been kind of back and forth. And this year, I'm bringing in her and hiring her to come in and do formal training for our board and to me, leadership and development for everyone. So that you don't only have to be a board member for ITB. One thing I'm a big believer in is the footprint. And I understand what our gift is to do in the world. We are a resource to people. We're not their source. We're a resource. We can kind of connect you with other things. And because I understand that, I don't assume that I would love for our board members to stay with us forever. I don't assume that they are. But I also want to be able to say, but because you were with us, you did learn this and you got this, and so you are better. And being a part of this process made your life better as well. So that's a goal, and we're working on that. And this year, for the first year, we're offering that training. ITB is in a position to pay for it, and we're doing it. Team culture, foster collaboration and accountability. Huge piece. It's hard because people at this stage, especially at the beginning, they don't want to screw it up, and they don't want to be the ones to screw up something. And it's a very difficult space to be in and for everyone to operate in. So everybody, as we're learning to foster collaboration and accountability, Accountability is not one of those spaces. You just gonna be held accountable for what you did. You did it. So okay, we're gonna get past it. But don't pretend like you didn't do it. That's not a grace area. But collaboration is a big grace, because some people don't know how to be part of a team. Everybody did not play youth sports, so they don't get it. And you have to figure that process out. And you do that by communication, encourage open communication. If you learning about people, valuing who they are as people, learning about their families and learning about how they grew up and where they grew up and all those things. That's important. Those are pieces that are important to the puzzle of building that process. The next thing is fundraising strategies, sustainable fundraising for nonprofits. Right now, the president that we're getting ready to have is not a president who believes in grants and things. So I don't know what's getting ready to happen over the next 4 years for individuals that depend on grant funding, and that's the problem with grant funding. Grant funding can be a blessing on one hand, and it can be the biggest headache on another. But the key thing with the United States and the Constitution, certain things have to be provided for and taken care of. And so those things will probably continue, but to any amount and great degree, and who normally gets that money and who doesn't, that's getting ready to be a toss-up. But grants are government money, or money that you don't have to pay back. They can come from governmental agencies, private organizations, or corporations. Individuals can make donations to your organization. That is a way to fundraise. You can do fundraising events and have events to fundraise for your organization to maintain and do what it needs to do to maintain the organization. And corporate sponsorships are always great. We are getting ready to, this will be our first time dipping into the corporate sponsorship space with the ITB Expo. So we're walking through that process the same way. And just so we clear, for profits, you can get as much as $16,000 as a grant or some other serve without any questions if someone just donated money to your organization. And you still won't be considered a for-profit. Just so you know. Donor relationships, those are important. These again, build trust through transparency. Be open, be clear, tell people what you're doing. Don't hide anything. Don't talk to this one over here and don't talk to that one over there. All of those things are important to build transparency and trust, so that they can trust you as the leader, and then trust the organization. And then show impact with testimonials and data. Let me tell you something. That is a key thing, and I am so upset right now. ITB has been lacking with that. So many people don't have any clue of how many people's lives we touch and how many businesses. And we haven't done a good job. We're working on it for 2025 to get that messaging out. But it's a lot of people. If you saw our page today and you saw our page a couple of weeks ago, we try to remember when we're in great moments to record and show, but we don't always remember. And when we get the information, he called us and said, I'm gonna be on Channel 12, but I'm gonna be, and I see y'all tomorrow. Boom, that's it. So we remember, Christian remembered to get on there, and that's exactly how it went. And he's a sports management, starting out a sports management and training program that we are helping him build and do. Wonderful. So that is important. Testimonials and data. And don't forget, we partnered with Langston to provide the data, not the ITB data, but the true, measurable, quantifiable, qualifiable data of this process actually works. Storytelling, big piece. How you tell your story, why you tell your story, and when you tell your story is important. And to be able to tell your story to inspire people to support you. That's exactly why you do storytelling. And let me tell you something. This year, in September and October, AFP came in and did a series, a 2-month series of different classes. And one of the classes was storytelling and how to Share your compelling information, story, your narrative to inspire support. And we had to learn how to do that to go when we go to these legislatures and talk to them, to tell them, this is why you need to support this bill. This is why we want you to say this. This is, you have to be able to do that. And that is not something that comes natural. It wasn't something that came natural to me. And I had to learn it, and we learned it. And then the tools, use platforms like GoFundMe, Kickstarter, or donor management software. Use everything that is at your fingertips at this point. Use everything. You use everything that, use ChatGPT, use AI, use it all. Use everything that you can use to be successful. You shouldn't be holding back now. This is not the time. In the next 4 years, this is going to be a whole different thing, different beast. And businesses are going to lead everything. And you got to remember, you got to be in it. You got to know all of this stuff and be aware of it. You can't just, well, I just don't like computers. No, that's not acceptable anymore. I don't care if you're 50. I'm 57. I don't care if you're 60 and you don't, that excuse don't work no more, because what you need is in a computer. So you need to figure it out and get it done. Hate it through it, but do it. And then marketing outreach, promoting your cause effectively, your brand identity. We do that in ITB. We build your website, your logo, everything. We do all of that. We not only do that, but we also connect your website to I believe it's 3 or 4 social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and probably YouTube, so that you can make your own videos, that you can do what I'm doing. Because right now I'm streaming on here with a product called StreamYard, and I'm simultaneously on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all at the same time. So it's 3 or 4 different audiences watching us. That's the things that you need to do to create, and how do you market. And it's messaging going across on all the platforms that you would see me on. Align your brand with your mission and your values. What people see needs to come across before you open your mouth. That's how you align your brand with your mission. If someone looks at McDonald's, they know, they see the red and the yellow and the arches. They know what McDonald's, what that means. That's the basic analogy for that. If you can see what something is without anybody telling you what it is, and they can visualize and know what it means, that's your brand. And try to make your brand as close to what you are and who you are as possible. Your digital presence, like I said, create a website with clear calls to action. And so when you go to our website, we try to have you to do this. We prompt you to do that. The little chats in there, asking questions, all that stuff is for a reason. So you can get access. We can gain access to you, and you can gain access to us. Utilize your social media platforms to share updates and engage with supporters. This is what Christian did. This is his space. This is his space, what I'm doing right now. He was like, you need to talk more. You need to tell people about what we do, because people have no clue what we do and how personable we actually are. So we need to do that better. So that's why we're on here. That's why we teach classes. That's why you have the opportunity to come into class. But you engage in that digital presence. This is the digital presence we're talking about. And community engagements, I believe Charnay has on our agenda already. We will be out in the community doing different things. And then not only will we be out in the community, we take our businesses with us. So if we're in a community and we're doing a event, our organizations that are part of our team, that are part of our organization, they get the capacity and opportunity to come and present, and same just like ITB is presenting. We don't take it all by ourselves. We bring everybody, and we partner with local organizations and influencers. That's why we're partnering with AFP. That's why we're partnering with Langston. That's why we're partnering with all different types of organizations, to make sure that we're getting our message out and people can see us, and not only in the ITB space, but in any space, in a lot of different spaces. And measuring your impact and success, very simple, very quick. Data collection, like I said, with Langston, that is the very key. Key performance indicators, that's how you do what you do. So, and that's a measure of, does my customer service work really well? And does it say that my revenue and gross and expenses, are they balanced out based on my KPIs? Feedback. Charnay has started with these surveys. Everybody gets a survey. Our team gets a survey. Our board gets a survey. And then our incubators and people that work with us all get surveys, because it's important to get feedback so we can start to and figure out how to improve. This is quick because I'm trying to stay in that at 8 o'clock time frame. So right now, and we're about 3 minutes out, for your nonprofit journey, it does start here. Your key takeaways: a strong foundation is essential for growth. What we have made out for you is very good, strong foundational information. Legal and financial compliance ensures stability. Because when you have to be looking back over your shoulder, you're not stable. You just kind of, you're worried about too many things. But if you do it up front and deal with things with legal and financial compliances, it ensures your stability. You don't have to worry about stuff. Effective marketing and fundraising will fuel your mission. That is the key. That is effective marketing, getting your brand out, getting everybody that's on here tonight. We marketed to get you here. We thank you. I thank you, and I appreciate you. Use your resources. Links to toolkits, guides, and services, and mentorship program. That's us. That's Christians putting that in. And then your call to action is apply these strategies to strengthen your nonprofit and to build. If you don't have that in place already, give ITB a call. Give ITB a call, and we can help you with that. And connect with us for further information. Here is our information. Anybody have any more questions? I need help building my website. Call me. I think Christian's at the office. If you call right now and get on, that will be Christian Space. And it probably takes about 25 to 30 days. And he doesn't do them the way other people do. And I've heard so many horror stories. People build and I think people get burnt out. Christian doesn't get burnt out, because we are not only building your websites, we're an affiliate with GoDaddy, and that's the only place we build websites with. Then we did that because it needed to be something that if you were working with ITB personally and we managing your website, that's one thing. But if you were not, and you needed to upload pictures and stuff on your website, we needed it to be easy and simple for anybody to do. So we chose that platform, and we work with them. And like I said, we're an affiliate now. We did so many with them that they said, okay, well, we want to pay you to do this. So we do get paid on other stuff, but we also build some great websites. It's a lot out there. Christian, I wish we had time to go over everything that he's done, but he's really been very phenomenal in that. Give us a call, 804-468-8141. Even if you call and don't get somebody, leave a message, shoot me an email. That's my personal email address, info@inthebeginningco.com. Tonight, if you need to just go ahead and say, I want to just schedule an appointment, or you can go on inthebeginningco.com right here, and you can go ahead on there and schedule a time to meet with us, and we can get that together, because we're not just doing it. We have, forgot. Okay, there's Charnay Johnson. Please call us. We got a sale going on right now for our website. So give us a call. We'll take care of you. Again, it's about a 30-day turnaround. And what comes with our websites is a logo, like I said, and 3 to 4 connections with social media. So that will be your Facebook, and you get a professional email, which everyone needs. If you're still using Gmails and all these other emails, if your email doesn't say co.com or .net or something like that, businesses, other industry people, they're not taking you seriously. And I'm just going to say it. You have to have all that. And with ITB, with that website, you get all of that. You also get a and you also get a informational video with how to maintain it. Don't commingle. Don't like things on your personal Facebook page with your business Facebook page and your Instagram page. And don't get all that caught up. And then he connects everything to your website. So everything that's going on your Facebook and Instagram, they can see from your website or vice versa. So all those things are great. And Christian can do all of that. He's wonderful in that space. So if you need that, and give us a call. We, like Sharnay said, we have a sale going on right there. And I believe that sale for that is only $450. And we are one of the only organizations that you can pay. We don't require everything up front. You can pay on it. And when it's finished and your final payment is due, it's almost like layaway. Because we know we need layaway. I ain't going to pretend we don't. So again, I am Evelyn Johnson. Thank you. Let's get that business started today with ITB. It is 8:02. I apologize for going 2 minutes over, but we look forward to hearing from you all. Give us a call, 804-468-8141. Give or shoot an email to me, info@inthebeginningco.com. We will get back to you in the morning because I am finished for tonight when we go off, but we will be in touch with you tomorrow morning. Or shoot us email. You can go on inthebeginningco.com. That is our website, and you can schedule your own meeting time and information, and we will be there. Oh, okay. That Sharnay's putting all the information. Someone else is putting information in. The sale is for a business plan and a website to be, and I think it's $900 combined. So it's a lot of things that comes with your business business plan. With your business plan also comes an operation plan and then a 12-month action plan. Because most people don't know how they like to hold that business plan, but they don't know how to use that business plan. So all of that information is there. And so Christian, like I said, he's at the office right now. If you need to get him, get at him and he's specific. He put his information in for the website. So if you need a website, that's Christian right there, Christian@inthebeginningco.com. Again, I'm Evelyn Johnson, and I thank you so much for being on tonight. We are, again, located in Richmond, Virginia at 919 East Main Street on the 10th floor. We will be glad and honored to have you as a client. And because you won't be like clients to us, as Mr. Cliff is starting to see, you probably be like family, and you think, well, I'm gonna just call in and I want to talk about this, and I need it. He called in today. I just want to make sure I'm on the right path. Yes. And so we knew to get on his mentor to say, okay, keep him right, and don't let him get caught up like that. So again, Evelyn Johnson here. Really proud of the work that we're doing. Please watch us because we're doing so much, and I can't talk about it all tonight. I'll be running out of gas. But I am thankful for you coming on, and we're ending, and we thank you. Have a great rest of your night. Stay warm. It's supposed to get cold in Richmond, in Virginia tonight, and we did have a little minor earthquake this evening. So I don't know what's going on, but stay safe. Thank you. Have a good evening.